way you walk. I like the way you talk. I like the way you walk. I like the way you talk. Susie Q. Do, do, do. Oh, Susie. Oh, Susie Q. Oh, Susie Q, baby, I love you. Whoa, 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 whoa. All right, let's fix this up. Let's get this fixed. There we go. Why, hello there. Good afternoon. How we doing? G-Man is making a big comeback with live streams. Are you and a DFF crew scared? Mortified? Terrified? Stupefied? Petrified? It's silly that Worski blocked me. This is just cute. I got up this morning, was looking through some shit on YouTube, scrolling through my app, saw this like Medicare calls Baked Alaska and Andy Worski a narc thing. And like, oh really? They've picked that one up now, huh? Watched it, and sure enough, there it was. So, just one of those things, I guess. I pointed it out to Andy because he's still got Mr. Medicare up in his banner and shit. Oh my goodness. And he was like, he's not my friend. I was like, oh, okay. Works for me. You guys friends? It's so cute that you're friends. I like that you're friends, even if he's mean to you sometimes. 'Cause sometimes friends are mean to other friends. They don't mean to be, they just are. Borski has a way cooler name than he deserves. That's not his name. I mean, his first name is Andy, as far as I know, but his last name is not Worski. So, wouldn't be too. Nice hair shellac. It's just dried that way, dude. Look how gray it's getting, man. Look at this shit. Look at that. Look at this. What the fuck, man? Whoa. Look at that. Fuck. I'm going out, dude. I'm going down. Look at me, dude. I'm rotting from the inside out. Look at this. Look at this. It's gray as fuck. In another year, I'm gonna have a full head of gray fucking hair. Look at this shit. Something wiggling in my ear. I don't see anything. We're fine. Banned anyone today? Nah. Probably shouldn't tell you guys this when it's the truth, but I'm not in a banning mood today. I'm in a very gregarious mood, and I'll probably forgive any sin today. I just don't I don't feel like carrying out my iron will today. I just want to hang, you know. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Like I said, I probably shouldn't share it. But just so you know, these moods, they come and go. Super chat. I'll go check it in a sec. Don't worry. Let's take a look at the super chat. What up, Paul? You remember me, that Michigani W World War II airsoft douche on the DP soapbox? Hope you're doing well, my man. Hey, Finballs, I remember you. Hope you're doing well as well. I believe it was Finballs who might have bought me fucking, it's that game that I was playing for a long ass fucking time that I still want to play but haven't been able to fucking. It's like a space game, Elite Dangerous. I think Finballs might have gifted me Elite Dangerous at one point. Anyway, how you doing, brother? Thank you for the buck, Oliver. Close off as well. Lay off the wacky tobacky. I'm not giving you life advice, man. Like, you don't hear me giving you life advice. Don't give me any. I'm unhappy living with my parents. They hinder my life quality. Can I sleep on your couch? No. No. And that's an unfortunate thing I've learned. I've let like Pimp Monk, for example, when he came down for the big DP meetup and to be on the show and shit, need a place to crash, he crashed on my couch. I've had other people crash on my couch before, but it's always for a specified amount of time. I've updated a lot of stuff in the game. Glad you're doing well too, dude. Oh, thanks, Finn. Thanks again. I need to plug in I just have all this shit. Here's the problem I have with Elite Dangerous. The way I want to play it is, I've got a a joystick, a HOTAS joystick and throttle. I've got head tracking, track IR head tracking, and I've got a VR headset packed up somewhere that I've just never fucking used. That's how I want to play the game. But having all that shit plugged in at my computer, it's too much, dude. It takes up too much fucking space. I'll have to get like some, I don't know, some USB extenders or something and wire them so that I can set them like off my desk. I'm not using them because they just suck up too much space. But anyway, there were 3 $2 super chats. Holy fuck. Do you see the Arizona congresswoman who has a fursona? No, but I had a feeling that eventually the furries were going to crack their way into politics and it was going to be a bad day. Are you ever going to do the mini bat melon thing? If TJ ever buys the fucking things, like you guys heard the deal, right? The deal was made live in front of you guys. The deal was TJ purchases the melon and the bat, and if he's right, we not only pay him what we owe him, but we reimburse him for the melon and the bat. And if he's wrong, he eats the cost of the melon and the bat, and he pays us. Yeah? I mean, that's the way it was. That's the way it was from the get-go, from the jump. Maybe you could bind the keys on the stream thing you bought that can switch scenes for even more buttons. I mean, it's basically unlimited buttons, because you can create subfolders and shit, so I can do whatever I want with that Stream Deck shit. I can't use it on this, obviously, when I'm doing these phone streams. I'm trying to, like, enjoy being outside as much as I possibly can while it's still nice out here. It's not perfect out here today, but it's not overly hot or muggy. It just feels like a nice day outside. Like, as soon as summer kicks in full-blown here in Louisiana, you can bet your fucking fat ass that I'll be upstairs in my room on that computer with the air conditioner. But I've been doing a lot of these lately because it gives me an excuse to come out and enjoy nature a little bit and not be cooped up indoors. And it's nice enough out here to fucking hang with that. A wild TJ appears, yeah. TJ doesn't buy the bat by the time you guys announce the P.O. box. I'll personally buy one for you. See? People want it to happen, TJ. The people want to see the melon challenge.
I offered you an equivalent to that bat. Yeah, I refused it.
You picked up a stick out of the yard. That's not equivalent to a bat, TJ. That's a rotten piece of wood that's been laying out here on the damp ass ground forever.
Wood.
No. 16-inch bat, TJ. I mean, the deal was true. The deal was fucking explicit. You buy the bat and the melon. We can't bust it within 30 seconds. We reimburse you for the bat, the melon, and you. But we do bust it. You eat the cost of the bat and the melon, and you pay us. Bust it open. Break it open. I said I was going to break your head open with a bat. And you were like, you couldn't break anybody's fucking head up. Your head is stronger than a cantaloupe, but you know what? We can't really test this, but I could beat your skull in with that bat, too.
I think it should be a coconut.
A coconut? Your head is not as strong as a coconut.
Yeah, it is.
No, it isn't.
Strong as a coconut.
No, it isn't.
Yep.
No. A coconut is not a thin fucking layer of bone with a bunch of mushy ass fucking brain underneath it.
Yeah, it is.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, it is.
Coconut's like that thick. The skin on a coconut is way thicker than your bone and way stronger and more fibrous too.
All right. Well, I want a fruit.
A cantaloupe, a melon, dude, a melon is gonna tell you what the strike is. I mean, if you want to get a fake head, you want to get a fake skull. Like, buy a fake skull and we'll fill it with soft shit and I'll bust that open too.
That'd be cool.
Just telling you, dude. Those little bats and shit. There's like, people carry, like, truckers carry those in their cars for in case a lot lizard gets freaky. Or somebody walks up to their fucking door or tries to jump in their truck or something. They can beat them literally to death sitting in their fucking truck. Telling you, dude, those little bats hurt. They're weighted. They're like fucking billy clubs for a head. I mean, if it was an empty human skull, if we just bought a human skull, and it was like an anatomical human skull, and it was empty, I mean, the fact that you have a brain in there actually cushions some of the blow. I'd just crack the skull wide open. It would just break. The top of the skull would just break.
I don't know, dude. I saw this fucking weird thing where there was this guy, he was like, with porn, he was like, into like that crushing fetish shit, and like this bitch, big old fat bitch was like, stomping on his skull and shit.
I mean, there's a difference between stomping on somebody's skull, like,
She was a big old fat bitch though, dude.
I mean, I bet she wasn't stomping as hard as she could. She's just stomping enough for it to hurt him.
I don't know, man.
I mean, if that bitch jumped straight up in the air and landed with both feet on his head, it'd probably squish like a grape.
Pretty sure she did that though. That's what I'm saying.
Really?
That was my basis. I didn't want to fucking mention it because I didn't want people to be like, TJ's into crushing porn, because I'm not. It was just a curiosity. But I saw this fat bitch jump on this dude's skull.
It was just a curiosity, guys.
Fuck you, Paul.
Just a moment
That's
of...
when I realized how strong the human skull actually was, man.
It's not weak. But the idea is that like, I'm not saying that you could turn a human skull to dust with this bat. I'm saying you could kill somebody with it. You could break their fucking skull and injure their brain with it.
I mean, Richard Gere killed that dude with a snow globe and fucking unfaithful, so maybe you're right. But I don't know if that was anatomically accurate.
I mean, if you want to... if you want to look at something that's, like, similar... Look at fucking Daniel Plainview killing the fucking Eli with the bowling pin at the end of There Will Be Blood.
Yeah, bowling was pretty big, though.
I mean, it's not the same length as a 16-inch bat, but it's fatter.
Wide.
Right.
I don't know how it's heavy, though.
But they're not, yeah, exactly. That's the thing. They're not weighted the same way. They're weighted particularly to bounce around, so they've got, you know. But he just kunk. Yeah, the snow globe only fractured the skull. Well, that's the point, though. Like, TJ was like, you couldn't fucking hurt nobody with that. You couldn't fucking beat nobody. And I was like, you beat somebody straight up to death with that. That's how this started. He was like, nuh-uh. I was like, yes, huh? Dude, I miss yes, huh? You guys, you remember that? Dude, that was big in school. Nuh-uh, yes, huh?
Yes, huh? Yeah, you don't hear that anymore. What happened to yes, huh?
Nuh-uh, yes, huh? Nuh-uh, yes, huh?
Maybe kids still do it.
Whoa. Whoa. It's like the Magic Kingdom out here today. There are giant lizards and dogs, cats that desperately want to be out here. We sicked if Fantastic Four is in Avengers 4 because Silver Surfer is playing a big role in defeating Thanos. I don't know that Silver Surfer is going to be in the second one. I know in the comics he plays an extraordinarily huge role in fighting Thanos, but he hasn't even been introduced as a character.
Yeah,
To my knowledge. Has he been teased in
20th
anything?
Century Fox still owns the rights. I mean, they've cut a deal to let Marvel use Spider-Man, but I don't think any.
They own the rights to Silver Surfer as well?
Yeah, they own Silver Surfer. They own Silver Surfer. They own Fantastic Four. Well, they don't own them.
They own the rights
they own
to
the
distribute
to
them.
do films.
Right. So Disney would have to make a deal with
It's
them.
not 20th Century Fox that owns those characters.
Is it Sony? It's Sony.
Sony.
Sony owns Spider-Man.
20th Century Fox got. Wait. 20th Century Fox has the X-Men. Sony had Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And I don't know who has the Fantastic Four, but they got all they got the Silver Surfer too. Remember they did that Silver Surfer movie?
Yeah. No, Captain Marvel will be the Silver Surfer of the MCU. Yeah, I mean, that may be true. She may end up filling the role. I guess we'll see. I don't know. We haven't gotten to see Captain Marvel yet, so
There was a teaser.
at the end of Infinity War, we got to see her symbol on Nick Fury's phone before he disappears.
Woo!
Which, like, it's so lame.
Not much of a teaser when you already knew they were making that movie.
Yeah, it really isn't at all.
They announced like years ago that they were going to do that. In, like,
Yeah.
2020.
What would have been a teaser is if you got a glimpse of her or something. You know what I mean? You got to see her in action for a second before Nick Fury disappeared or some shit. That would have been a cool ass teaser. That would have been worth sitting through those long ass fucking credits for. Because I'm telling you, dude, the credits for Infinity War are interminable. They go through two different phases that I remember. There's a first phase of it's one of those where you get tier 1 credits with all the names they really want to mention, and then full movie credits after that with all of those names included, with the other people they worked with, and then you get the teaser. It's just like, come on, dude. Put the teaser after the first credit at least.
It's not even a great teaser.
It's a shit teaser.
Like, there hasn't been a good post-credit scene in a while on a Marvel movie. I was hoping Infinity War would be an exception, but
I mean, it just would have increased the pedigree of the film, but whatever. I mean, it's not like it hurt the movie or anything. It's not meant to be a part.
Like, if you wait through the credits, you want to see something that's actually cool.
Yeah.
Not just some bullshit.
When I went and saw it with Ashley, she was like, we were leaving, and she was like, isn't there a post-credit scene? And I was like, not really. I told her what went on. I was like, Nick Fury, the black guy with the eye patch, looks at his phone, sees Captain Marvel's thing, and then disappears like the other characters did. And she was like, oh, okay. All right, let's leave then.
She was like, who's Nick Fury?
Yeah, she probably didn't even know who Nick Fury was. I think she didn't, actually. She was like, I don't even know who that is, so okay.
That's exactly.
It's like, all right.
Nick Fury.
The blacks got their superhero movie. When do the gays get a turn? I want my gay superhero movie. Isn't Doctor Strange gay?
Maybe he had a girlfriend, but
I don't know. He seems kind of gay. I think that girlfriend that he had in his movie was a beard.
they should make fucking stupid ass. I mean, like, you know, they should fucking get a Captain America and T'Challa together, dude.
Gross. No.
Yeah. He's pretty gay. They're both pretty gay.
I don't know about
I
that.
think they should fuck. They're both just bland. They're both bland. They both have equivalent power levels. Get them together.
I mean, the ones that really have the sexual tension right now are Tony and Cap.
Yeah, maybe they should reconcile their differences.
They should get into a fight where they just beat each other to the point of barely being able to move, and then they go in one last time and just crash together in the most cinematic kiss ever. And just fall tumbling down the hill together, you know? Like,
Sounds beautiful.
or Cap and Bucky, yeah, that too. Bucky's dead, though. Bucky's dead. Exactly. Saw Spider-Man Homecoming today. Makes me excited for the PS4 Spider-Man game and makes me want to replay the PS1 Spider-Man games. I never played a Spider-Man game I really liked, but
The one they're putting out looks pretty good.
it's so rare for a comic book character to get a good video game. Like, Batman got a whole series of them, yeah. The Arkham games or whatever the fuck are really good, all of them. But, you know, like Superman's just gotten shit game after shit game.
The fucking circles.
Oh, God, dude.
Fly through rings with the most broken control system ever.
But, yeah, I played a few of the Spider-Man games for the PSs, and some of them had fun parts, like the travel was fun. Like, zipping around the city and shit was kind of fun, but a lot of the other shit, like the fighting sucked, or, I don't know. I just never really got into any of the Spider-Man games, but we'll see. Hulk got one and it sucked. Actually, Hulk got one that was pretty good. There was one called Hulk Ultimate Destruction or some shit like that was pretty fucking mad decent. It was exactly what you kind of expect from a Hulk game, where you just get to jump around these big open maps destroying shit. Batman games suck. You literally can beat everyone just smashing a single button. That's so not true, dude. Like, you must not have played the fucking... I mean, you might be able to beat everyone, but, like, to do well and to get all the points and shit and upgrade your character, you've got to, like, master that little dodge mechanic battle system where, like, the thing appears over their head saying they're gonna attack, and you've got a little window of time to hit dodge, which puts you in the position to counterattack. Picking up weapons and using them against them, using all your bat shit against them. Like, that's a really complex combat system in those games. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, Ultimate Destruction. Yeah, that's the one I was talking about. Hulk Ultimate Destruction. The scenes from Infinity War with Wakanda and the Black Panther made me feel very uncomfortable. I just checked out whenever they came on screen. No, they didn't make me uncomfortable. They just kind of made me roll my eyes because, once again, this is just not as established. You've got all these other characters that have had multiple movies, that have been in multiple movies together. They just dropped the Black Panther on us after giving us very little of him in previous movies. It was a side character at best, a cameo appearance in other films. And then he gets his own movie. It sucks. And then they set half of Infinity War in Wakanda. I was just like,
Yeah, fuck Wakanda.
And I'm sorry, Jude, just the aesthetics of Black Panther as a superhero suck.
Yeah.
Everybody else has cool looking armor, cool looking costumes and shit, cool looking aesthetic about them, and he looks like a dude in a cat suit. He looks like a dude that just put on one of those morph suits and, you know, a cat helmet. It's just terrible. The design of the character is terrible. They needed to give him some kind of cybernetic shit. Like, take it literally. Like, that's what they've done with a lot of these other characters, is they've taken... Like, a dude like Doctor Strange can look a lot like he does in the comic books. But Thor has changed immensely from, like, I'm the dude with the wings on his helmet and the blonde hair, and you know, they gave him his own look in this. They should have done that for Black Panther. They should have given him, instead of a fucking, I don't know, velour bodysuit with claws on it, like, why not give him a fucking mech suit like Tony has, but it's more cat-like, you know what I mean? Or at least have parts of metal armor on him that are more cat-like. Make the helmet more integrated into how he fights. If you're gonna go with the claws thing, make them get longer and shit. Let him do cool shit with them. Like, come up with something for him to do other than pounce on people and scratch them with his claws. It's gay.
That's what I was saying.
Like, come on, man. Make this fucking Panther character cool. He sucks.
The thing that really bothered me with the Wakanda shit was they once again used their goddamn shield blankets.
They once again brought out the tribes people of Wakanda to fight an international space demon. Or intergalactic space demons and shit. It doesn't make sense, man. It does not make sense that there's a tribal dude whose only power is he's really good at hitting things with a club, who survives a fight with a fucking Thanos' bodyguards and shit. It just doesn't make sense. I mean, fucking, what's his name? Bruce Banner almost dies inside the Hulkbuster armor during that fight. He almost gets ripped out of the most powerful fucking suit that Tony Stark has made and killed in that fight. And yet the dude whose power is, I've got a big stick with a ball on the end of it and a loincloth, survives it. What?
Out the door. No.
Spoilers? I mean, what are you doing here? We've been talking about fucking Infinity War for the last half hour. If you're worried about spoilers and you're still here, you're retarded. Dude, she's all riled up, man. She's not happy about that. Nova just had a magical excursion across the yard, being chased by Sal. She's all pissed off.
Look at that thing.
Dude, when you picked her up, her mouth was wide open. She was like... She was ready to go. What do you think of the Zeitgeist movement? Can we even call that a movement anymore? Could we ever call that a movement?
Zeitgeist bowel movement.
I don't think it's a movement, guys. I think there have to be a significant number of people involved and a significant amount of awareness of the cause for it to be called a movement. Neither of those things applies. I gotta find another place to go because I've got fucking sun right in my face now. Thanks, sun. Is there anywhere I can go? Anywhere shade? I guess I could just do this. All right, let me lift you guys up. There we go. Okay, that should be okay. Yeah, way better. Have you ever streamed while taking a shit? I've left my stream going and gone and taken a shit before, but I've never taken you guys with me on an Odyssey to take a shit. Maybe one day I'll do it. I mean, it's something that, you know, not a lot of streamers are doing that. You know, they're not going into the, like, I'm going to take you guys with me when I take a shit. Yeah, let's not change that. I think there's a good reason. Yeah. Breaking new ground every day, TJ. Changing the rules. Changing the rules.
No longer will we be oppressed.
Shitter stream. Shitter stram. Yeesh. Shitter stream. Shitter stram.
The guy's been waiting for hours to find his window.
Yep, and he found it.
You know what? I got it.
Shitter stream, shitter stram. Paul, you looking happy? I'm feeling pretty good today. I didn't wake up feeling like I wanted to puke my guts out, this is the first time in days that I have woke up with like, good morning, you feel like fucking puking. So, I feel pretty good today. I feel okay. Paul, you're the ugliest cam girl I've ever watched. As long as you're tipping, bro. What do you want to see? You You want to see a little nipple? Show you a little nipple if you want. No. You ain't paid enough. You ain't paid enough. Cam girls have it pretty easy, dude. I gotta say. I mean, probably not all of them. I've seen some of them freaking out because guys just get like treat them like assholes. But a lot of them, they just sit and listen to the like ding, like they're not even reading what's being said. They just have a chime set up when they get donated to, and that lets them know that they can like pull their tits out or whatever. They just have to sit in their bedroom and writhe around naked on their bed for a few hours and make a few $100, dude. Man, I'm gonna try that one of these times on Highdeology.
Have to be very attractive.
Well, that's my thing. Is like you don't have to. Yeah, you don't have to be supermodel hot to do this. I mean, dudes are into all types of different girls and shapes and sizes and looks and shit. So.
I had a friend that was a cam girl for a while, and she was not cute. Like, no offense.
Yeah, I mean, it's just.
She's not, and her. Well, I guess it helped that she had a girlfriend. It was her and her girlfriend together.
Oh yeah, well that does help. That ups the ante right there. You can be a non-traditionally attractive girl, and if you get another girl there, then it becomes hot. It supersedes.
Yeah.
Imagine if I got paid a lot of money every time I fapped, I'd be a billionaire. I mean, that kind of is what it is. A lot of them are just getting paid to jerk off, which is, I mean, whatever. Whatever you want to do. $1 per stroke. The new Jurassic World movie looks like shit. I agree, but you want to know what looks like the shittiest movie coming soon? Robin Hood. This Robin Hood remake that's about to drop, this AAA fucking high budget nonsense Robin Hood remake. Oh my god, dude. We watched it on one of TJ's streams silently, and then we watched it together last night on the TV, and it just, well, yeah, we didn't even get through it. It looks like it is going to be 110% awful. Everything about it is bad. The guy they cast as Robin Hood doesn't look like Robin Hood. The guy they cast as the fucking sheriff of Nottingham doesn't look like the sheriff of Nottingham. It looks like a goddamn Assassin's Creed movie. Yeah, the set design is all over the place. Like the period seems like they played with that in a way that's not really all that pleasing. Like some of the dudes are sitting there wearing t-shirts and shit, and button-ups and stuff. Like it just doesn't look like they even paid any lip service to the period at all.
It's kind of like, some of it looks like medieval Europe, some of it looks kind of Asian inspired, and some of it looks more modern.
It's just confused as fuck.
It doesn't look like it makes any sense. Gratuitous, weird, slow-mo action scenes that you've seen a million times before. Yeah.
Looks pretty fucking terrible.
The lines that they chose for the trailer, if those are the trailer-worthy lines, I'd shudder to fucking know what else is in that movie. Ugh. Just looks bad. Like, usually when you just make a cookie-cutter action film like that, I mean, you can expect it to be bad, but it looks like they just fucking, I don't know, the cookie was botched or something. Bad.
Yeah, this one looks like it's gonna be real bad. I'm a virgin to your channel, so hiya. Oh shit. Tease the virgin. Mercilessly tease the virgin. Mel Brooks made the best Robin Hood movie of the last 30 years. It's probably true, honestly. I mean, look, Prince of Thieves is not a bad film. I like parts of it. Kevin Costner's wooden as fuck in it, but Morgan Freeman's good. What's his name? Alan Rickman's really good as the sheriff of Nottingham. Even what's his name gets as Will Scarlet. What's
Sean Penn?
no.
Sean Penn was in that, or Christian Slater.
Christian Slater. There you go. Christian Slater.
Not Sean Penn.
He had a good turn as Will Scarlet. It was fun. I like the guy that played Little John too.
Yeah, he was fun.
He was fun, and the dude that played Friar Tuck. Although I didn't think Friar Tuck was used enough in the movie.
Yeah,
He was kind of a cameo character, but he was in there enough to be remarked, and he was good.
that crazy witch they had.
Yeah, the witch that was like I guess his mother or whatever, the sheriff's
Yeah.
mother.
Kind of interesting.
That like pretty much everything but Kevin Costner in that movie worked.
Yeah.
And that's why I think it's a good movie, because his performance is wooden and stilted as a Kevin Costner performance is. But everybody else lights up the movie. So it's like, okay.
He was good in Mr. Brooks.
Costner? He's been good in a couple of things.
But yeah, usually he's very. I mean, first of all, he didn't get the accent down at all.
He didn't even try.
Yeah, he just kind of like talked normally. He didn't really emote very much. He was kind of just I don't know. He was just there. Like he didn't give a shit.
I don't know. He's just a very wooden actor, and it works in some films. Like, there are movies where I think his central performance, like the movie's bad, but it's not his performance that ruins it, like Waterworld. Like, I think like, in a different movie, in a better designed movie, Waterworld could have been cool. Because how stoic he was made sense. You know?
That it made sense for that character. I actually don't. Yeah, I mean, Waterworld sucks, but it's really not Kevin Costner's fault.
Mm-mm.
He actually does an okay job. Or
His character is interesting and would have been interesting in a better written film, and his performance is not what drags the film down. Like there are things that ruined that film way more than Kevin Costner did.
Bloated sets.
You know, he's great in Field of Dreams. I mean, that's
Yeah, he is great.
you know, but that's his role. You know.
Kind of reminds me of Keanu Reeves a little bit.
Yeah, they have a similar kind of. I don't know.
They bring the same kind of energy level to every performance, and
Except for fucking Reeves in that Freaked movie.
yeah,
I've never seen him give that type of a performance anywhere else for anything.
yeah.
So something about that he
It
loved.
wasn't great or anything,
I mean, in the context of that film,
but yeah, it was fine.
it was a standout performance. It was good.
Serviceable.
It wasn't
Serviceable.
I'd go beyond serviceable. In the context of that movie, he was like, you know, he's one of the coolest little side characters there.
I kind of like that movie.
I mean, I liked it way more than I wanted to.
I agree with that. I think it could have made some ballsier decisions.
See, I don't like Costner in Untouchables. Once again, I think that's a role that could have been filled by another leading man.
Yeah.
It just doesn't.
I like that movie.
Yeah, exactly. It's another example of a movie where he's bad, but everybody else in it is pretty good.
Sean Connery was really good.
Sean Connery's good in that. Fucking De Niro is great as Al Capone. I love those scenes with Capone where he's just giving interviews or whatever.
You know, watched a bunch of those celebrity SNL sketches.
Oh yeah.
And like Sean Connery is always the funniest fucking one.
Oh yeah.
It's like it's weird to see like Sean Connery as a foil for Alex Trebek.
It works. It works, dude.
I love it. It sucks that Sean Connery's last movie was The Extraordinary Gentleman.
I'm gonna check my super chats here. Paul, do you know Andy blocked you on Twitter? Yeah, he blocked me today. Worst movie you've seen recently? Probably The Snowman. I can't think of one that's worse than that I've seen recently.
That was bad.
And I've seen some really bad movies recently too, but I can't think of one worse. Like, I wasn't even trying. The funny thing about Worski blocking me is I wasn't even really trying to poop on Andy Worski with my tweet. I was trying to say, like, all of his friends that have now turned on him and shit since the split have adopted my critique of him that I gave weeks ago on the fucking Kumite, which is that he's a fucking narc. And now they're all going around saying it and shit. I was just calling him, you know, I was just putting that out there. I wasn't trying to fuck on Andy Worski with it. And he comes back with like, you ruined the drunken peasants and ruined Milo's career. I'd made a threat, but you actually ruined people. I was like, whoa, Andy, where'd this come from, bruh? I'm just saying. Like, your friends are all out there. All the dudes that are in your banner on his Twitter, he's got the Last Supper with him as Jesus and all the little characters from Bloodsport. It's like Mr. Medicare's up there. It's just hilarious. Like, he immediately got defensive, and then when I was like, no, I'm just saying, like, your friends are calling you a fucking narc. And like, his reaction was to narc further. He started going like, dude, we're past this. Look, I did coke with some guy that Ice Poseidon hangs out with in LA. All right, I'm moving on. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Shh. Shh. Like, he just doesn't learn. Like, I post something about his friends calling him a narc, and his response is to narc. And start talking about who he got coke with, and who he did coke with, and where he was when he did the coke. It's like, what the fuck? And then he blocks me. He goes on a tirade about who he got the coke from, and who he did it with, and where he was when he got it, and how he blah, blah, blah. And then he blocked me. Wasn't even trying to poop on Andy Worski today. I just accidentally pooped on him, I guess. So cute. He just doesn't even understand the term. He doesn't even understand, like, when somebody calls him a narc, I don't even think he fundamentally understands what they're critiquing about him. Because he keeps doing it. Like, when people are calling you a narc, it means that you're talking about shit you shouldn't be talking about publicly. Usually to do with drugs. And when people call him a narc, he responds by continuing to talk about private things that he did outside of the public sphere with people who probably don't want to be talked about in terms of cocaine. It's just like, what? Like, what's the problem here?
I'll do cocaine with him.
Oh, go ahead, dude.
And,
You might not want to. You might want to rethink that little process.
I'll do it because I don't care. You talk about me doing cocaine.
You'll give a shit if fucking agents show up at your house.
I'm pretty sure an agent doesn't show up at your house because some dude on the internet said that they did cocaine with you once.
Yeah, but what if he shows them pictures of you doing cocaine, and what if he gets witnesses to you doing? I mean, like, what? So that's the thing. That's why you don't never even dip your toe in the water of talking about that shit, because it could just blow up. Like, yeah, nobody's probably in danger directly, but I guarantee you, the people that Andy Worski did coke with don't like that he's tweeting about that he did coke with them at their pads. It's just not information that you want out there.
It's definitely a breach of drug decorum.
It's a breach of, like, just man-to-man decorum.
Yeah.
If you're around another man and you're friendly with that man, you're in his domicile, or you're around him and his friends and you're being cool with them, and they do dirt in front of you, whatever that is.
I mean, it wasn't like they just did it in front of him. He did it with them.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
It wasn't like, man, these cokeheads.
You never, ever take that kind of information and run with it. Even if you hate that person down the road, that's just off the table. You don't do it. Because at one point, you were in that person's confidence. They were in yours. And you did dirt together. You don't bring that up. You don't use that as fucking ammo against people. I don't care how pissed off you are at them. It just doesn't... It doesn't make you look good. It doesn't make them look good. It doesn't make anybody in your fucking circle look good. And it could be dangerous. Whatever, though. Tis what it is. What are you gonna do? Gotta think through the potentially real life stuff. No shit. Especially when it comes to hard drugs like cocaine and shit.
Yeah, you can't be impulsive with
Hello. Do you watch or have you watched Ice Poseidon stream? I didn't even know who Ice Poseidon was until recently. The whole blood sports people started talking about him as he related to Baked Alaska. I'd never even heard the dude. That's maybe not true. I might have seen him do some of his stunts and shit where he goes out into public and has people try and beat him up. But the whole IRL streaming shit. I don't get it.
I just don't care.
Kneel before the Jem'Hadar. What is that?
Those are the genetically engineered soldier race of the changelings in DS9.
Oh, okay.
They pretty much are designed specifically for battle. They're kept in line because they're all addicted to this drug called Ketracel White.
Cool. The Jem'Hadar. I don't know who Ghastly is, so no. Have you? You should have Sloth put IVs full of chocolate syrup in your veins till you die of a cocoa overdose.
Sometimes you guys really need to think these comments up.
I mean, really, dude. Like, maybe go on the Discord or whatever and, like, run these by each other and filter some of these out. Be like, I'm about to type this. What do you guys think? And if most of the people go, that's fucking us, like, autistic, retarded nonsense, then try again. Like, I don't know. Come up with an editorial process or something. Some of these are just like...
Maybe just say it out loud before you...
Yeah, like, read it. Read it. And then imagine me reading it. And if you have trouble reading it, then maybe not post it.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Man, I'm gonna slay with this cocoa overdose shit, man.
Yeesh. Man. If you were a Star Trek character, which position would you pick? Doggy style. Oh, you mean like which position in the thing? I'd want to be like I definitely wouldn't want to be one of the combat dudes. So I don't want to be one of the dudes that they're like, "Hey, you're part of the away team," you know? Like, fuck that. Maybe I'd just be like the bartender or something. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah.
Like, you could be the barkeep at the fucking, the mess hall and shit.
Yeah.
I don't think Paul's cut out to be like a Starfleet officer. Nor do I think I'm cut out for that.
No. But if I had to choose like an officer position, it would definitely be one that was like, I don't know, working on the engineering team or like the med team or whatever the fuck. Like just people that are like on the ship. Not people that they're beaming down onto planets to get eaten. If you upload your brain, maybe in 500 years' time, your copy will be an AI bartender on a spaceship. That'd be pretty cool. How do you upload your brain? Fuck me, man. Look at that hair. Look at it.
Yeah.
It's over here, too.
A little dash of gray.
Now, there's more than a dash. Look up here. It's everywhere. I'm like, in about another year, I'm going to have a full head of gray hair.
I don't think it comes on that quickly.
My dad went gray like this.
Oh, well then maybe you will.
He was like, I think he was in his early 40s when he went totally silver, so.
Dude, you're going to have to make a decision.
What?
You're going to have to make a decision of, do I want children everywhere I go to be like, it's Santa!
Yeah, I don't know how gray this will get though. It might just stay that like, if you see you've seen dudes with red beards that go gray.
Yeah, that's true.
Not everybody goes full gray, and it's certainly not people that have red in their beard. Like, I'll probably just have this ruddy kind of, it'll be mostly gray, but with like patches of the red brown in it for the rest of my fucking life. My hair will probably be similar, except, you know, I don't know, my dad went completely silver gray up top, so I'll probably do the same.
Was his hair the same color as yours?
Yes. And his beard is exactly like mine when he had it. So it's a good measuring stick. Dude, TJ, if TJ uses that same measuring stick, you're gonna be bald, dude.
Hmm?
Was your dad bald up top?
Yeah.
Like fully?
No. He had my high hairline, and he always had that pretty much.
Yeah.
Because we just, I don't know, that's just part of our genetics. But when he started going bald, it was back here.
Oh, the spot.
That's the middle, yeah.
Yeah.
This spot right here. So there's a good chance that'll happen to me.
Bald down below, huh? All right. Yeah, I'm definitely not gonna dye anything. I'm not.
Shaved his head one time.
Oh yeah.
He was on this hair system or whatever the fuck for a while, where they like he'd go in and they'd like give him like a bunch of fake hair,
Right.
but he had to do it every like month or two. And sometimes it looked all right. It just kind of depended on who did it, you know.
Right.
Other times it just looked totally horrible. So after like going there a couple times and it being horrible and him realizing like, man, my hair looks like shit,
Yeah.
he just shaved his head. I still remember the fucking moment I saw it, dude. Because he comes out, his little scrawny chicken legs, his big fat body. He's wearing a fucking goddamn gray sweatshirt. He's bald. He looks fucking like Dr. Evil, dude. I just fucking busted out laughing. I couldn't help it.
That's awesome.
It looks fine. It looks fine. No, it doesn't.
No, it
You look
doesn't.
like fucking Dr. Evil, dude. Maybe you could have got away with it if you came out wearing like a black shirt or something. If you came out wearing a gray shirt, you look like Dr. Evil.
That's awesome, dude.
He was pissed. I'm like, don't be pissed at me. You did it to yourself. I already know that I can look okay bald, but only if I have facial hair.
Right. I may go gray, but more than likely I will go white. Yeah. Well, I mean, my dad's hair is pretty fucking white now. Well, at least the last time I saw him. It's been a few years, so.
I don't know if blonde people go gray, they just go white, right?
I guess. I don't know. I don't know how it works.
I don't really know how.
So many people dye their hair and shit that I just don't know really what to expect.
Yeah,
You don't get to see a whole lot of people who are naturally gray.
I'll just let it happen. I don't give a fuck.
I got no choice. I guess I do.
Yeah,
I could start using Just for Men gel.
you could. There's nothing wrong with it.
Nah, yeah, there is, dude. You know what? You know what's wrong with it?
What?
It looks like goddamn shoe polish, dude. Everybody knows that you're using it.
Well,
You're the only one that thinks that nobody knows that you're using it.
You go get it done professionally.
Maybe. Then you reach a certain age where it just looks wrong for you to have. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the problem to me. It's like when you do it when you're like in your 40s and maybe even your 50s, it's okay. But like when you get to like be like, don't be no fucking 60-something-year-old man with your same haircut.
Yeah, with a full head of sable black hair. It's
Yeah.
just like nobody's buying it, dude.
Yeah, no one believes that's your hair anymore. Stop. Just stop.
Get your hair dyed fluorescent green, dude. Okay.
That actually would look better than trying to make it look like it's still like a natural color. Be an old dude with green hair.
Yeah. I might do that. I mean, fuck. I might do some color up there. Some pink or some fucking purple. We'll match Ashley for a while. Who cares? tattoo damaged on your forehead. All right, yeah.
That was one of the worst fucking artistic decisions I've ever seen.
Yeah. No, I can't disagree there. Pretty bad.
Like, the Joker shouldn't have to label himself as damaged. You should be able to figure it out at a glance.
I'm probably gonna lose my hair in that case. I'll keep my beard grown. Yeah, dude. See, because you don't go beard bald. So that's what I think old men that are worried about being bald up top should do. Just shave that shit down, keep it nice and close cut. Let the beard go nuts, dude.
That's the whole reason I shaved my head that one time, is because I'm like, well, at some point in my life, I might have to shave my head.
Right.
So let's just see what I'm working with when that happens.
See what's going on under there.
So I shaved it, and I kept my beard, and I'm like, this looks, I look kind of like a Nazi, but this is respectable.
Right.
And then,
It's a look.
I'm like, let's see what it looks like without the beard. I'm like, oh my god, it looked like Fester Adams. This is not good.
Well, you know, what are you gonna do?
You know, but I know now.
Yeah.
You know, every man should know what his face looks like sans hair.
I mean, I've got the most, you know, perfect example of that. White Guilt Paul, dude. I know what's lurking under here. I know not to shave this beard. I know to take care of this beard, man. I know what's up. I know what's back there. I go through these times where I get like, I'm like, oh man, I want to shave this fucking beard off. But it never lasts more than a day. Like, I'm always like, I'm going to sleep on this. And if, you know, tomorrow and then the next day after that, I still feel like I want to get rid of this. And fuck it, it's coming off. Never lasts more than a day. I wake up the next day and I'm like, do I want to shave this? No, no, no. I don't want to shave this. TJ should do a soul patch. Yeah, TJ, do a soul patch. Yeah, soul patch it up, man. Get rid of the chin pubes, keep the mustache and the soul patch. Yeah.
I have thought about just keeping the mustache, but I'd probably look totally lame, so.
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
It's not like
I think you'd look totally lame if you took off the goatee and the soul patch. But if you left the soul patch, TJ,
yeah.
I think you'd look. I think you'd look like Doc fucking Holiday, dude. There you go. There you go. Do a Worf mustache, yeah. Do like the Fu Manchu, dude.
Just shave all
Yeah.
this, keep the stuff on the side.
Yeah.
Like G.G. Allen.
Yeah, G.G. Allen style. Just shave the beard and leave the mustache? No. No. I don't have good hair. I don't have good mustache type hair. Like, it just doesn't work.
Well, I thought it might work if he just shaved, like, the chin and just kept the...
So just shave all this. And, like, just keep the sideburns and the... Yeah, it'd probably be okay.
But then Ashley came out and said, I hate that. Anyone who does that is a fool.
Yeah, it's like, all right.
Well, that's off the table. Sorry.
Yep. I had mutton chops all throughout high school because I couldn't really grow a beard yet. But I wanted to have some facial hair because I looked like a Cabbage Patch Kid. So I grew big old chops, dude. I could grow big old mutton chops down to here.
I was the same. That was the first thing I could do in terms of facial hair was grow big ass muttons.
Super chat, somebody said, but I don't see a new one. I see worst movie you've seen yesterday. Andy blogged me on Twitter, blah, blah, blah. Thoughts on McCain banning Trump from his funeral? I mean, wouldn't you? You want Trump at your funeral? I don't, like, it's this old man's funeral. Who cares?
I just kind of know he's planning his own funeral.
I mean, it's pretty nice of him.
Don't be troubled. I'll handle it.
Like, I wouldn't want his ass speaking at my funeral, and you know he wouldn't be able to resist. I knew John McCain Bigley, okay? Bigley. He and I were friends. I know men, and he was the best. Like, he said during the fucking campaign that, like, John McCain was a loser because he got captured by the Viet Cong.
I like the people who don't get caught.
Like, why would you want that dude at your funeral? John McCain was a loser, okay? He got captured. I like people that don't get captured, okay? Why can't you grow facial hair? Ah, because you're womanly, dude. That's why. Just embrace your fucking androgyny, dude. Last movie to scare you? I mean, I got spooked a couple of times at uh, Quiet Place. Like, it made me jump a few times. So jump scare me was that. But to have a movie like genuinely affect me where it, like I leave and I'm scared, that doesn't happen very often. I look awful with and without facial hair. I have to rock stubble to look decent. Hey, well, whatever. I mean, at least you found something that works. Go with the stubbly look. You know? How furry are you all over? I'm not super hairy. I've got patchy, like, chest hairs, you see? So I don't have, like, a giant pelt going on here. It's pretty wispy. It's like that pretty much everywhere. I'm not a super hairy dude. Wispy chest hairs. Wispy chest hairs. Shave your back hair and send it to you. I mean, what's your address? Put your address in the chat, George Costanza. I'll need your real name too, because they won't deliver it with George Costanza on the fucking envelope. So, but yeah, I'll send you some back hair. I shit you not, dude. You give me your fucking address, verify that it's you. I'll send you some back hair, bro. I'll have Ashley shave my whole fucking back and send you the whole thing. I'll need your social as well, yeah. And credit card number as well as CVC from the back. Paul, you should get a top knot and mutton chop soul patch combo. Whoa, now you're getting off the res, dude. You've gone way off the reservation now. Dude, I'll even throw in some taint hair for you, George. I'll shave my gooch as well. I'll give you some of that hair. A little bonus. So it'll be mostly back hair with a little bit of gooch hair. Ronald Douglas. White Guilt Paul is hilarious. Cracks me up as much as that image of Morshoe flipping the double bird. Morshoe? Who the fuck is Morshoe, dude? Whatever. I'll be right back. Dino, come on, go inside, boy. Get up to me. Oof. Don Glover, worst name ever. Nah, dude. Donald Glover is not a bad name. There are way worse names. What about Engelbert Humperdinck? Think about that shit.
Our last name is Humperdinck. How do we soften the blow for a child?
Name him Engelbert.
Engelbert.
Why is Nick Gere a bad name? Ian Reitmeyer. Nick Gere sounds like a pretty respectable name to me. I don't get it. Was that supposed to be a joke? What's wrong with Nick Gere? No, it's not. That's not how it's pronounced. You don't know how it works. G-E-R is Gere. Don't tell me how to pronounce shit. Like, I've been on this earth long enough to know how common fucking shit is pronounced, okay? I just don't get the... What's wrong with that name? I don't get it. Doesn't make any sense to me. It's French, yeah. You know, Gere is Old Middle French for he who tills the fields. Pat McRotch? Yeah, that would be a pretty bad one. Pat McRotch.
Yeah, I love fucking following Gail Coach.
I can't hang, dude.
It's like half the time she's tweeting about Jesus,
Yeah.
and then the other half the time she's posted pictures of weird fucking dick statues pissing into a bathtub or some shit. Like, look at this.
Whoa.
She's like, yeah, that's great.
Cool.
I'm like, what?
I mean, she's got, dude, that's on the fucking, it's on the space station, the Church of Gale.
What do you think, Sal?
It's the piss baths.
Does it make sense to you, buddy?
Do you put any stock into the idea of separating the art from an artist? Yes. I put all my stock in that idea. I don't care what a reprehensible scumfuck a person was. If they created something that moves me or that interests me, then I can separate what that person did from their art. Give you an example. Bill Cosby, multiple fucking serial rapist. I will still go back and watch himself over and over and over again and appreciate it for what it is, which is a brilliant, brilliant, brilliant piece of stand-up comedy. Same thing with Louis C.K. I don't care if he pulled his junk out in front of people. I'm still going to laugh at his stand-up, and, you know, that's just the way it is. Kevin Spacey, Wangler, abuser, whatever the fuck he is, I'm still going to watch his movies and, you know, remark at how talented he is. And of course Louis didn't do anything, but, like, it doesn't matter. Like, that's what I'm saying. There are people out there who have legitimately gone like, oh, fuck Louis C.K. because he did some uncomfortable shit, pulled his dick out in front of some women or some shit. That's like... And there are people that are doing the same thing with Cosby. Like, Bill Cosby, people will pretend he's fucking dead. You know what I mean? In terms of, like, any contribution he made to stand-up or comedy or anything. And it's just like, he did some fucking horrible things. He's gonna be punished for those horrible things. He also made some fucking badass stand-up. I can't watch that. What am I doing? Like, implicitly raping the women that he raped by watching his stand-up and enjoying it? Don't give a shit. I totally agree, but what about the argument that by still looking at the art, you're giving them money? It's not my job to distribute money. It's not my job. I watch what I want to watch. Okay? If I want to watch a movie, I go and find it somewhere and I watch it. I'm not the one that distributes cash to these people. I'm not the one that pays them. It's not on me. I just hate that kind of fucking thinking.
I hate every kind of thinking, Paul.
I do, you're right. I just hate thinking.
Like, if you think about it, isn't thinking your main antagonist in life?
I mean, yeah, it's everybody's main antagonist in life, not just mine. Everybody's biggest opponent is themselves. I know you've learned that, TJ. You're old enough, you're long enough in the tooth to know that fucking number one life lesson.
Yeah.
The biggest thing standing in your way is you, you know? So that's everybody's best, you know, their biggest fucking enemy is themselves, their own fucking brain that's constantly working against them. You gotta fight that. Sometimes it works with you and helps you fight other people. But most of the time, it's just fucking you over. Telling you lies, fabricating things, misinterpreting things. It's evil. Fuck you, brain.
There's an Arby's, like, nearby.
There,
There's one kind of nearby.
yeah.
It's, like, too far to justify going. Though I do remember that night that we braved, like, a snowstorm to go to Arby's, so...
Do you think that these people still have the right to produce their art provided they pay to society? Like, once again, like, what? This is not my job to decide. I don't care who produces art. I don't care who, like, yeah, if they paid their debt to society, fine. I got no problem.
Even if they haven't, I mean, if they create art...
Yeah, I don't stand in front of anybody that's trying to make, so, artistically speaking. So I don't give a shit. Like, I'm not of this, like, burn the witch mentality that goes around when people transgress. Just like, push them to the margins of society and forget they ever existed. It's like, no, fuck you. I'm still gonna tune in. I'm still gonna look at what they're doing. You don't want to drop the soap if you in prison with Bill Cosby. I don't think it's other people that are gonna have to worry about dropping the soap in prison. Although Bill Cosby will never be in a position where he can be harmed in prison.
He's so old and infirm, he's not going to be put in general population. I mean, he's fucking blind.
Yeah, he's partially blind and
He's old.
old.
He's on death's door as it is. He might die before he even gets to fucking go to prison.
What if the art being made can cause other people harm and offense? You just don't know me. like, like you ask me that question just belies the fact that you don't know who you're talking to. I don't give a fuck. People's feelings do not get to step in front of art ever, and they never have. They never will. Even when they try, art finds a way. So fuck you, fuck your offended feelings, fuck the families of the victims or whatever the fuck. Sorry, don't give a shit about your feelings, rather look at the art. Rather that person be able to create whatever they want than for you to have your feelings protected. Sorry. That's the way that things balance in my brain.
I mean, for a lot of these guys, I mean, like, no one's going to hire Kevin Spacey on the movie.
No.
So,
I mean, like, eventually somebody will.
sure.
He'll probably get some indie roles and shit from people who think like me and you, who know that he's a talent and know that he probably wants to work. And they're going to risk the backlash.
Like, we can get a fucking top tier actor cheap because he's in trouble. I mean, he's one of the greatest actors alive on the fucking planet, so.
Yep. One of the greatest of our generation, for sure.
It'd be a shame if he, you know what I really hate is the people who, like, after something happens like that, like, come out and, like, you You know, I always just had a weird feeling about Kevin Spacey. You know.
Oh yeah, I hate that shit.
I just always, all my friends liked him, said he was a great actor. I always just thought something about him.
Yeah.
Just makes me think he's a piece of fucking shit.
I hate people that come to that have a revelation about somebody after something comes out about them and try and act like they knew it all along.
Yeah. Even if they did, all that says is like I had this unfounded hatred towards this guy, and now something's come along to validate it. So,
Right.
Yeah, now I'm justified.
A lot of times they didn't even have a hatred for him. They were just like, he always rubbed me the wrong way. Talented guy, don't get me wrong, but something was, it's just like, fuck you. Get out of here. Johnny come lately bullshit. Did Charles Manson ever kill anyone? Nope. He ordered people killed.
As far as we know, he never personally killed anybody.
I can't spell. Well, at least you know it. Bill Cosby wasn't changing the background to a much brighter future if he did in fact do the crimes. What? Read that and tell me what it means. Read that and try again. What if someone murdered a loved one, then they wrote a book with great detail and no remorse? Would you still separate the art from the person? Yes. I don't give a fuck. It's not my job to be so offended somebody else can't write a book. I'm sorry. I don't have that in me. Maybe instead of being offended by it, why don't you just create some art that counters it? So if Bill Cosby goes on to do some stand-up or some shit, why don't you do some stand-up about what a rapist he is and counteract it? Release a book called The Glassy-Eyed Rapist or some shit, you know what I mean? And have his, like, whatever. I don't give a fuck. I just don't want to stand in front of people making shit.
I think they were asking if it was like you were, like if someone murdered Ashley or something, and then wrote like a book like The Day I Killed That Bitch.
Yeah, I'd hate that motherfucker for it. I'd hate his fucking guts, but, he can write a book if he wants.
Pretty much how I feel. If some crazy Muslim or something ends up shooting me in the head one day, and then, writes a big theatrical fucking production about it or something, I don't know.
I mean, what are you gonna do?
Have fun.
Like, because the other side is, well, there is a line then, and I don't think there is. I don't want there to be.
Yeah,
I don't think we need it.
Let the people decide.
I mean, think about it, dude. If that's what happened and this dude, like, brutally murdered Ashley or something and then wrote a book like The Day I Killed That Bitch, like, people are going to think awfully of him. That's not going to ingratiate him to people.
Yeah, I don't think public opinion is going to be stacked in his favor.
But he'll probably, there's a chance that if it gets big enough, he makes money from it. That's the chance you take when you don't stand in the way of people's free expression. I mean, I don't know, dude. It would be awful. Yeah, if somebody killed your mother or your girlfriend or your brother or your sister or whatever the fuck, and then wrote a tell-all book about it and shit. That's one of those great hypothetical tests of, the freedom of expression and people that stand on its side, right? So I just have to say it's his right to write it. He's a piece of shit for doing so. I'd hate his fucking guts for it. But ain't my job to steal a pen out of somebody else's fucking hand. That's just not that's not the level of control that I want over my fellow man. Somebody wants to write something down, I'm not going to be the one that takes the paper out from under him. Go ahead. Jesus, dude. Just been eaten fucking up. Look at my hand, dude. Eaten alive by mosquitoes. They usually don't even like me, but these fucking swamp mosquitoes are something else. got one over here too. You like that shit?
Oh, I'm going to McDonald's one.
Yeah, dude. 2 cheeseburger meal with the fries and the Coke and the large. That'd be awesome. Thank you.
It shall be done.
Mickey D's, Mickey D's. I want 2 burgers, if you please. It's the 2 cheeseburgers. They're like the Mickey D's ones. They're that big, dude.
Yeah, they're not big cheeseburgers.
They're teensy, weensy little cheeseburgers, dude. Did you ever watch Super Size Me? Yeah, I saw it. I seen it. That's why I don't eat McDonald's every day. Taught me that.
Every meal of every day.
I eat McDonald's every once in a while when somebody's going to get McDonald's. Or I, go and buy one and I'm hungry for it. Boom.
Eat every meal at McDonald's. Eat every meal at McDonald's. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner at McDonald's. Yeah.
I'll only touch the McGriddle because goddamn, that's the most delicious breakfast sandwich I've ever had. It's pretty goddamn good, dude. The little bombs of syrup that they have in there. I don't know how they did that shit, son. But let me be clear here. It is fucking delicious. I like Whataburger. I'm all about Whataburger. I can get with it. But whatever. Mickey D's is, in a pinch, it's good. Did you hear that Trump's black approval rating went up by 12% after his exchange with Kanye? Thoughts? I mean, what? People like what? Black people like Kanye. And when Kanye was willing to reach out across the aisle and say, dude, I like Trump for some of the stuff that he taught, then of course some people are going to go like, well, Kanye said it, so... it'd be the same thing if like Donald Trump, reached out across the aisle to some rock star or some shit. And they had an exchange. I don't like Trump, but I love fucking Kanye, dude. Kanye is a master fucking troll. He's so good at it. He so loves discord and disharmony, and he's so committed to it. So, how could I not be his fan? Death grips mentions are a bannable offense. Yep. Marshall know the truth. Never listened to a Kanye album. Any recommendations? Honestly, listen to Yeezus, dude. It's a really controversial album of his. It was a divisive one, but I really like it. Any of his early shit, late registration, graduation, whatever the fuck, like all of that, it's all good. Just pick one. Yeah, see, that's the thing. A lot of that, you can see it in the chat. Yeezus, really? Yes, really. Yeezus was a great album. I like when an album splits people. Yeah. I mean, that's always the sign of a really, truly good album. Is when there's a huge disparity of opinion about it. Means that it rubbed people the right way and the wrong way simultaneously. That's awesome. I've always respected Kanye as a method actor, as a method of acting. But in certain ways, he can be quite controversial, although he might be right. What? Get out of here. Shoo. Bzzz. Kim Kardashian's mother is in prison. Kanye is sucking up to Trump to get her a pardon. Maybe. Whatever. Who cares? I think California is as liberal state as people said it is. Plus, I was born and raised in LA. No, like people think that California, especially people that haven't been there, think that California is this like hippy dippy peace and love, man, liberal. It's just not that way, man. A vast swaths of California are incredibly conservative. I grew up in one of them. The entire Central Valley of California is a huge conservative bastion. There are huge swaths of conservatism in every liberal area. It's a way more divided state than people give it credit for. Beyond LA and coast cities, rural California is no different than anywhere else in the Rust Belt. You're absolutely fucking right. Absolutely right. How would a gay guy fare there? You're probably like the California has probably some of the best and worst places to be an openly gay dude. Just to show you the swing. I mean, being a gay guy in San Francisco is, I've heard from people that are gay, an incredibly liberating place to be. It's just a place where, you know, that the fight over gay rights happened a long time ago, and the city has built itself around appreciation and acceptance of gays. Not that you're not going to be subject to any homophobia there, but you're going to be surrounded by people who don't look at you as if you're different. But, you know, being gay in any of the inland parts of California, you're going to be treated like a piece of shit. Yeah. Yeah, get about 10 or 20 miles outside of San Francisco in the Bay Area and you're fucked. So, Benny Boy Shapiro told me that Cali's a crazy lefty state. There's some crazy fucking lefties in California. There really are. I mean, super duper crazy SJW lefties all over the place in California. But there's also a gigantic cross section of the population of California that is super conservative. And to paint California as this uniformly liberal place is just silly. It just belies that you haven't been there. Or that you have an agenda in getting other people that haven't been there to feel a certain way about California. That's why Ben Shapiro shits on it. Ben Shapiro has probably been to California enough to know that his position on California being a super leftist shithole doesn't hold water. But the people that watch him aren't smart enough or well-traveled enough to have been there. A lot of them are just going to take whatever he says for gospel. So Ben Shapiro, if it's politically expedient for him to fucking paint California as a giant liberal shithole, then he does it. And nobody questions it because it's coming out of Ben Shapiro. He's the guy I listen to. He's the guy that tells me what I think about things. That's how this shit gets like propagated to the point where there are people asking, you know, is California really as liberal as it? It's like, no. Nowhere near. He's not the idiot. The people watching him and listening to him and not fact-checking him are the idiots. He's smart. He's smart because he knows we live in an age where people believe what they're told. Especially when you've managed to develop a little cult of personality around you, like Ben Shapiro has, where he's got fanboys that just drool and fawn over every little fucking thing that comes out of his mouth, and he can tell them whatever the fuck he wants. He's smart for exploiting you. If you're a person that listens to Ben Shapiro and gets all riled up when he talks about how California is a fucking liberal shithole with nothing but fucking hippy dippies in it, you're the dummy, not him. He's just using rhetoric to fucking influence you, to make sure you keep putting money in his wallet. He's smart. You wonder where the stereotype come from that California is as liberal as people say it is? Because people go only one place in California. The big population centers along the coast of California are very liberal, for the most part. There are way more conservative coastal areas along the central coast of California. We're talking about the big places, LA, San Diego. San Diego, once again, if you go down south, like that's not a super liberal fucking area. But once again, people don't know this. LA, kind of a bastion of the liberal mindset. Fucking San Francisco and the Bay Area, obviously very liberal. But I'm just saying, man, driving through California, if you wanted to go from LA to San Francisco, you would drive through some of the most conservative shit you've ever seen on that road. You would take 99 out of fucking LA over the Grapevine into the Central Valley of California, which is nothing but fucking solid farmland. And you would drive through that for miles and miles and miles and miles and miles before you ever saw anything that voted liberal. And then you'd, eventually take your fucking turn off and pull up into the fucking Bay Area and you'd be in another liberal area. But you just have spent fucking 6.5, 7 hours driving through empty red farmland filled with people that voted Trump. The 99 north of the Grapevine is just a big bovine death camp. Yep. You're absolutely right, man. Just one big giant field of fucking beef cattle for miles and miles and miles. View on gangs and their social effect in youth. I don't know, man. Don't really know that that's a topic that I can speak on with any, I certainly can't speak on it with any experience, I mean, it seems to me that gangs are typified in areas that have really, really high poverty. And I feel like that a lot of the bigger gangs and the clashes that go on within cities between rival gangs are more about just not having a stake in society at all. I mean, a lot of places, like you look at like South Central Los Angeles, where the riots happened, where the Crips and the Bloods are in play. That's so troughed off, like it's a troughed off area of Los Angeles. And, it's in, like, law enforcement is super uneven there. I mean, it's just a problematic place. A lot of people grow up in South Central LA. There's a documentary done by Stacy Peralta called Crips and Bloods Made in America, and they do interviews with guys who are in the Crips and the Bloods in South Central LA at the time this was made a few years ago. And a lot of the guys said that, they know people that have lived in South Central their whole lives. They're over 30, 30-something years old and have never seen the ocean. They're 15 miles from Santa Monica and they've never seen the ocean. So people just, their entire world becomes that series of neighborhoods. And, it's just kind of a, I don't know. I think it's a desperation thing more than anything. I was driving up to Kerman, California in the Fresno area to visit my family, and all along the freeways in the Central Valley, I saw Trump signs. Yeah. Duh. Yeah, I grew up in that Central Valley, so, I mean, it's just 100% Republican. I mean, it's not really 100%, but it's absolutely fucking massively overrepresented Republican. Thoughts on South Park season? I haven't seen any. I haven't watched South Park in years, guys. Years. Like, literally, I probably haven't seen an episode of South Park or cared about a season of South Park in 10 years. Maybe a little less. Don't care. All right, battery's about to die. Thank you guys for chilling. I'll catch you next time. Bye.